Here we go again. David Wood is asking for donations to help his retarded and disabled kids. I mean, come on, man. I mean, seriously, this is kind of becoming like I don't know how to describe it. This is it's kind of becoming a pattern with him, right? He just keeps asking for donations to benefit not spreading the gospel, but to benefit his own self-serving motives. Self-serving motives being helping his family or helping his disabled kids. Now, I kind of get that with disabled kids, you need more financial support. I kind of get that. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. But here's the challenge I have. Here's a challenge I have to him. David, stop asking people for donations and do something like millions of other Americans do. Get a job, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get a job with all the criminal, with your criminal record. I'm pretty sure they'll hire ex-cons somewhere. I don't know, but it's possible. Like I have a job. I don't ask for donations. I only got, I think I got three donations from fellow Muslims, not in America, but from the UK. And I used it for strictly dawah purposes. Now, here's my challenge to David Wood and other Christians who use this, who ask for donations. Well, basically, I have two challenges to David Wood. Let's forget about the other Christians. We'll just focus on David Wood since he's the most shameless in doing this. One, if you're really doing this, if you're really having your channel to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, take down your Patreon, take down your donation sites, and just use your videos to try to educate people on the gospel. That's my first challenge: is take out Patreon. Let's see how far your channel goes. The second advice I have is that even if you want to continue using donations, stop using donations for your own self-serving purposes. Stop using donations to help so-called to help your disabled kids or whatever. Stop doing that and use those donations for either charity purposes or trying to spread the message of your religion, which is Christianity, spreading the gospel. I challenge you. I mean, I'm like 100% sure David Wood will never do this. He will keep using donations for his own self-serving purposes, and that, my friends, that's the reason why he's doing this, right? For his own self-serving purposes. David Wood is using those donations to not benefit the fellow Christians, not to spread the gospel, but to indulge in self-serving purposes. To help him. He's basically getting donations and using it for selfish purposes. So Sheikh Uthman ibn Farouk actually said something he actually said something very interesting and something I didn't really think of until I heard it from him. What Sheikh Uthman ibn Farouk said was, let David Wood and the others like Sam Shamoun, etc., Anthony Rod, any other Christian apologists, not just them, but other Christian apologists who do this, let them take out their Patreon and let them continue their Christian missionary work with their YouTube videos, their traveling, or whatever. So take out those donation links and let them do their let them do their missionary work. I guarantee you they won't do it because they need their donations in order to annoy Muslims and to preach their perverted version of the gospel or their weird version of Christianity, hate mongering Christianity. So this shows the motivation, right? When David Wood was asking for donations again, notice what he's doing, right? He's not using it to give in charity, or he's not doing it to he's not doing it to spread the gospel. He's doing it for selfish purposes. Now I get that his kids are disabled and he needs help with them. Financial help dealing with them. I get it. I understand. I'm not unsympathetic to that cause. I kind of get it. But if all that donation is going to that cause or going to his own selfish purposes, then that just shows what his motivation is. I think he should just give some of that money, not all of it, but some of that excess money he gets from GoFundMe to charity, or he should try to do something good with that money in order to, just help people, right? Help the homeless. It doesn't have to be, Muslim. It doesn't have to go to a Muslim cause, even though it's good that it does. But he can help the homeless. He can do, like, with the funding he has, he can do other good things, right? He can help the homeless. He can feed the hungry. He can, I don't know, but there's other things he can do. He can donate to a local church or whatever, but instead he's using that money for selfish reasons, and that kind of gives you why he does he that gives you the reason why he does what he does, why he attacks Islam, why he does this, because he gets donations, and instead of doing good with those donations, like giving in charity, trying to help the helpless, etc., he's using it for selfish purposes. And that, my friends, is why you should stop donating to David Wood, because he's taking your money and he's using it for selfish purposes instead of working for, you know instead of just making his own money, like I make my own money, right? um, I don't ask people for donations. I was never raised that way. Um, you know i always i always try to i always try to earn my own money, right? Even my dad was never like that either. He always worked. He always did his own thing. He never got my dad came from poverty, right? But he always worked for his own money. He never got donations from anybody. And that encouraged me to make my own money and not ask for handouts. But David Wood will never do that, right? He'll keep asking for handouts. He'll keep asking for charity, etc., etc. So this gives you kind of the motivation. This kind of gives you his real motivation for doing what he does. Now, David Wood has always been fair to me. He's always been nice to me. So I'll give him credit. I'll give him that credit where credit is due. He's not a bad guy. He does seem like a good. He does seem like he tries to be a good person. I'll give him that. I will be honest there and give him that. But he should stop asking people for donations. And if you're a Christian watching this, you should stop donating to him. Or if you donate, tell him to use that money for other purposes besides his family and besides his own selfish reasons. Tell him to use that money for charity, or give it to homeless people, or donate to a local church, or just feed the hungry with that excess money, or feed or help the homeless, or something, like, I don't know, give that excess money to some shelter, or I don't know, like, there's a lot of good you can do. You can help a lot of, like, unfortunate people with that kind of money. But I guarantee you that excess money he got from GoFundMe is not going for any kind of good cause. It's not going to help people. It's going for his own selfish reasons, either to benefit him or his family. And that just shows the difference between, these Christian preachers and us Muslim Dawahists. We Muslim Dawahists try to do good with the money we get. The Christian apologists like David Wood, etc., use it for selfish and self-serving purposes. So this shows who's sincere in spreading their religion and who's insincere. So if Christians are watching this, please stop donating to David Wood. And if you donate, tell him to use that money for a good cause, either to help, feed the home, either to help feed the hungry or to help the homeless. But I guarantee you he won't do that. He'll take that money, and he'll take that excess money he got from GoFundMe and use it for selfish purposes. And that, my friends, is the real reason why David Wood does what he does. It's all about that bling bling.